So I'm going to be breaking down some numbers of the countries where the leaders has turned democratical system of government to a monarchy system of government. Although some of them are no longer in power, but I'm going to break it down a bit. So some of the younger generations of Africans like me who will watch this video will come in terms to understand what is really going on in Africa. I start with the Equatorial Guinea president. He has been there since 1979. That's 44 years now. Then you have Cameroon, Paul Biya, who has been there for 41 years since 1982. Then you have the president of Uganda, who has been there for 37 years, that is since 1987. Then you have the president of Eritrea. He has been there since 30 years, since 1993. Then you have the president of Congo, who has been there since 26 years. He has been in power since 1997. Then you have Paul Biya of Rwanda. He has been there for 23 years, since year 2000. Then you have the Gasungbe family in Togo, who has been there in power since 1967. The father died in, his father was there for 42 years. The father died in 2005, and he took over power since then. He has been in power. Approximately, this family has been in power for 56 years in Togo, just like what happened in Gabon. Yes, the father was there for 42 or 43 years, and him himself, 42 years, him himself has been there for almost 14 years. Yes, the case of Togo and the case of Gabon is similar. The same family for 56 years. Then you come to Angola, you have the president who was there from 1979 to 2007. Yes. Then you come to Chad. Idris Deby was the president of Chad for 31 years till he died. And even after he died, his son took over. Then you come to Sudan. The former president of Sudan, who is El Bashir, was there for 30 good years. He was there from 1989 to 2019. Then you come to Kenya. There was a certain president called Daniel Arap Moi. He was there for 24 years, from 1978 to 2002. Then you have Hosni Mubarak, who was in Egypt for 30 years, 1981 to 2011, till the revolution that happened in that country that threw him out of power. Then you have Burkina Faso. You have Blaise Compaoré, who was there for 27 years, starting from 1987 to 2014. Then you have the Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, who was there for 42 years, starting from 1969 to 2011. Then you have Algeria. This case of Algeria is a bit peculiar. This president was there for 20 years. He ruled even from wheelchair until he was forced to resign. He ruled them from 1999 to 2019. He's called Abdelaziz Bouteflika. Then you have Zimbabwe. Robert Mugabe was in power for 37 years, from 1980 to 2017. Then you have Gambia. Yahya Jammeh, who was in 22 years in power. Yes, these are the presidents in Africa who has turned the democratic system of government, whereby the constitution defines your tenure of office, and these people comes into power and they keep amending the constitution. I even forgot, I'm leaving something out. There is the president of Cote d'Ivoire, who has finished his 2 tenures according to the constitution. Then each time he nominates a successor, the successor mysteriously dies. This happened to 3 or 4 successors that he nominated. And finally, and each time he nominates somebody, he says he will not contest, and mysteriously the person will die. Until 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th died, he now decided that he will go for 3rd term, and he's still in power. He's completely puppet of the French, just like Paul Biya. So these people are seriously committing institutional coup on daily basis in their various countries. The ones that are still in power, hijacking the system in their countries. Yes, but ECOWAS or African Union are not saying anything. ECOWAS and African Union, I'm asking, is this democratic system of government where people don't have respect and regard for the constitution of the country they are presiding over or they are ruling over? But the day the people will rise and throw these people out, so like it's happening in some country, it has happened in Burkina Faso, it happened in Guinea, it happened in Mali, it happened in Niger, and the present one now is Gabon. You people will now say it's undemocratic. The West, who are constantly exploiting this country, will now raise their head to say that this is undemocratic. But as soon as these people keep sitting in this monarchy system of government in their various countries, manipulating their countries for the interests of the West, exploiting their countries for the interests of the West, then it's democratic. Yes. I don't know what the ECOWAS and the African Union is even there for. They are not there for rule of law. They are not there for the constitution. They are not there for the need of the people. Why are they even there? Just for the interests of the West, to protect the interests of the West, to make sure that the West keep getting what they are getting out of this country. We are sick and tired of all this.